won Man City?
Mancity got won by
Brighton recently.
Brighton.
So
They,
what
they,
did
they were
Brighton
won
do now?
by they were won by what's their name? By okay, so if looking at before they even started, because I told you I had predicted Man City losing before they even started losing, and I saw that from matches like Wolves, they won that match, right? I think they also scrapped against Southampton, which was a sorry showing on their part, and in those matches it took just a simple setup, and before they even scored, right? Those teams had multiple chances. Like Saimedo had runs from behind into 1v1 with the keeper and he missed. And that was a
Hmm.
match that Man City won by a goal, rather lost by won by a goal, and that could have easily been a 1-1 draw. But the thing with sometimes everything is Wolves rather is that probably if they had scored, Man City would have found a way to like score more, right? But those matches you see that they were easily broken down with their foreman, with their centre backs pressing so high, right? So those stuffs were broken down very fast and very readily. And now you're playing against a team like Son Heung-min. Obviously, Brighton was a different case in the sense that Man City even wanted to try to control the game, but at that point, the momentum which was with Brighton. At that point, Brighton had already, the moment Welbeck, João Pedro has scored, the whole game ended at that point because you could see Man City players not trying anymore. You could see Man City players giving in. Baliba even came in again, and it was as if Baliba was the world best player. He was just basically bullying all Man City players, and that one was not a case of psychology. But I mean, in the game played out, we are from other matches. Even when you look at Sporting Lisbon, the way they played against Man City, they were breaks after breaks after break. Even before Gyökeres scored his first goal, he had a run in 1v1 and he tried to be cute and then he missed the goal. So you could see that if that same pattern of system is played against Tottenham that has Son Heung-min on one end and has Brendan Johnson on the other end, there is no way there are no loads of chances. There's still Pedro Porro that overlaps like
No,
this as
they
well as a
will
striker.
have. I'm not saying the Tottenham won't have chances. Tottenham will have chances. But what I'm telling you is that Man City will not. The difference that is going to be in these matches that you've highlighted is that Man City had ample chances. They could have won all those four matches that they lost based on the chances that they got. Man City themselves, if they scored half of the chances that they got, they could have won those matches. So that's what those things. What I'm trying to tell you now that in this Tottenham match, they are not going to be missing those chances that they have been missing in those four games.
So why what do you bring it down to in the sense that they lost four matches that and they kept missing chances consistently? Although I don't agree with the fact that if they scored their chances they wouldn't win, they would lose because Brighton Bournemouth match was a clear example that they didn't even have a chance against Bournemouth. Bournemouth's match was they were won outright and that was the first match they lost because Bournemouth had several other chances to even put the match clear off them before the first half had ended. But the thought was that they still wallowed a bit and they scored I think 2 goals by the second half. But then Man City started trying because Bournemouth had sat back, and then that's when Man City had started having chances. Foden missed a whisker. Haaland on the other end missed. I think he tried to score, but he was being bullied by a defender or struggling with a defender rather. So, but those ones are pressures of someone that is that's the chances that are coming up of okay, we are winning this match. Let us try to play safe. But at the match outrightly from the inception of the match, who was getting chances from their tactics being implemented? That was Bournemouth, right? So
Because Man
I
City
think if that
players
game,
were under par. They were not up for it from the beginning of the match. When they went up for it, they started getting chances. Did you?
no,
What
I
I'm
don't
trying to
think that's
say.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not about them getting up to it. It was like Bournemouth is sitting back now and they're trying to defend their win. That's when Man City, obviously the match will open up for you. You get the moment someone sits back for you, obviously immediately you start getting chances because of what? Because the person is now sitting back and expecting to defend his lead. That's when Man City started having all those chances. Foden was running riot, running back and forth, creating
Yeah.
chances and trying to create his chances. So that is what had happened in Bournemouth's match. Man City didn't have enough chances before Bournemouth had scored 2 goals. So that's what I'm trying to say. When the match was on the level playing field, Man City didn't create those chances that you're talking about. But yes, when those people started sitting back, Man City started creating those chances. Yes.
Was it those people sitting back, or was it Man City making them to sit back?
Man City is not making it. We cannot say Man City is making you sit back when Man City did not make you sit back in the first half and you scored 2 goals, and then when you're trying to defend your lead, you're not saying that Man City made them sit back. No, Man City didn't make them sit back. What made them sit back was the 2 goals that they had scored prior to Man City trying to attack them. That sense of defending what you already have and protecting what you already have.
Sporting sat back the whole game.
Yes, now coming to the end of Sporting. Now Sporting sat back the whole game, and that game still, I think, now coming to what you would say now, Man City put away maybe 2 goals from the first half. Maybe Sporting might have been demoralized, but if we are going on playing pay-per-view of how many chances that were gotten and how many chances were put away, I still think it's still a mid game in the amount of chances that Man City missed with what Sporting also missed or scored. Do you understand? So the amount of goals the Sporting scored was 4, right? Still missed 1 or 2 clear-cut chances. Man City on the other end, I think Haaland had missed some few chances and maybe some other things around that. But when it comes to chances created and this thing, they were still at almost at par with Manchester City. But the thing is that it's obviously a psychological game. Depending on who is where at a specific point, we determine. Because I think if Man City had put away maybe 2 of their chances in the first half, then moving on into the second half, I think Sporting might have been maybe less concerned about defending or like less enthusiastic to like play the match out and stuff like that.
Man City made them to defend from beginning of match to the end of the match.
Yes, yes. I think their game plan at that match
So
was
Man City
even
were not good
literally
enough
was
against Bournemouth. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that they were not good enough in the first half. It's Bournemouth is a good team, but it's not a good team where it's not good. You can't tell me that if you play that match 9 10 out of 10 that Bournemouth are going to play well in the first half all the 9 times. It's
see
just
with the Man City that was on display, with the Man City that was on display,
which Man City
Bournemouth
was on
will win.
defense. Even Man City defense, Man City second
That's what
team.
I'm saying now. That's what I'm saying now. With the Man City that came to that match and played those matches, right? It was I told you that it was as though Man City was about the destined to lose the next match after Wolves
Yeah,
and
because they were
Southampton.
playing poorly. They were playing poorly, so they
That's what I'm
deserve to
saying.
lose.
That's what I'm saying. So when that ball, that's what I told you. Like, with the moment you meet a team with any form of cohesion, Man City will fall. That's why I said. That's why I said before Bournemouth's match. It was almost written in time on Hearthstone that Man City was going to lose that match because yes, they weren't good enough, not because of anything that happened, but the Man City on display that day was.
Even
I think
that,
there was
even
Rodri and De
that,
Bruyne.
even that Bournemouth game, Man City could have drawn it because this guy missed a last-minute header. Is it
These things are things that are spiraling
Guardiola?
from Bournemouth sitting back. That's why I don't put those things into account.
Why
I,
would
I
you
can't
put
I
it into
can't I,
account? Wait,
I can't put those stuffs into account.
you're saying Bournemouth is sitting back. Everybody sits back against Man City. It's not like you have a choice and you decide
No,
to sit back.
no. In the inception of the match, Bournemouth was not sitting back. That's the point I'm trying to make.
That's
From
what.
the inception of the match, Bournemouth came out and played their football. They even had a lot of chances in the first half to see off that match like 3-0 first half. But they didn't do that. And then the second half, they now got some chances. They
So
scored their goals.
I'm not saying that Bournemouth sat back in the first half. In the first half, the reason why Bournemouth did not sit back is because Man City did not play well enough. If Man City play well enough, Bournemouth will go and sit back.
So are you trying to say that Man City now starts played well enough in the second half?
Man City increased the tempo. They played better than the
Man
first
City,
half. They've played
that
better than
is
the first.
not
Yeah,
that
it's
is
not. It
not
goes.
subject.
It's not got
See,
anything to do with
there's no way you factor in.
Aston.
There's no way
It's
you
not got
don't
anything to do
factor in.
with Bournemouth. Bournemouth who?
Okay, wait, it doesn't have anything to do with one more. So a team sitting back because they have a 2-0 lead on you does not have any effect on you playing better or creating more chances.
It can have effect, but not compared. The gap between Bournemouth and Man City is too much for that thing to. The thing is that the players of Man City did not turn up pound for pound in the first half. If they had turned up the way they turned up in the first half, if Bournemouth like let them decide they don't want to sit back. If they like, let them decide they want to come out. It will not matter in that game. It will not just matter. They will make
I
you
don't.
sit back.
I think. Because the thing is, this Man City that I know, whether it's first half, second half, or any half, when they play you on your final third. So for the
Yes.
fact
So
that
what I'm
for
telling
the
you that the reason why they did not play them in the final third in the first Bournemouth was not because of Bournemouth's brilliance. It's because Man
that
City
is
were not good enough.
it
It's
is
not,
strictly dependent on Bournemouth's brilliance. The
no,
reason why it's dependent on Bournemouth's brilliance is this: Man City of every other day is able to keep you in your final third,
they
whether
were
it's
not
first
just good
half or second
enough.
half.
It's just
No, no,
the
no, no. Let me try to make my point here. So they whether it's
what
first
point
half
are
or
you
second
making?
half.
You're saying the point. Your
No.
point is that Bournemouth made them sit back. My point is that Man City were not good enough. That's why Bournemouth looked as if they were playing well. Simple.
So okay, so you are trying to say that Man City it was consistently not good enough for 4 straight matches.
I said for the first half of Bournemouth.
No, no, I'm trying to. Okay, what do you now make of the 4 straight matches they've lost, and even the matches before that? Because in
So
my books,
the
yeah.
four
So
straight matches they lost, the four straight matches they lost, the matches they won even before losing. They played way worse. Like the worst
so
match, like you
what do you bring
mentioned,
it down? What do you bring it down to?
that's down to Man City not playing well enough. That was down to
So they
Man
did not
City.
play well enough for 4 matches,
For those which
and
okay,
six
no,
matches rather.
no. You're making misunderstanding. So before, but including Bournemouth first half, they were not playing well enough. But if you move the match fast forward, all those matches had their different intricate. They played Sporting. In the Sporting match, I would say Man City was the better team in terms of what they played. However, they couldn't convert their chance. Hence, Sporting were converting their chances. Even Amorim, when he was like, yes, they had a few chances that if those match chances went in, maybe it could have been a different game. But it looks as if it was just written that this match was already written even before we played it that they were going to win.
So
Second,
basically, what do you bring it down to the six matches? Like, cause these are six clear matches where they played terribly. So I want to know, I understand from your own point of view, what made Man City play terribly in these 6 matches. Or sorry, not play terribly in your books, but actually lose them.
so some matches they played bad. So the Bournemouth game, they even before. So let me tell you the matches they played. The two games before Bournemouth game, they played bad, but they still won. You can play bad and win. So results is not always coherent with performance. Then fast forward to Sporting game, they played well and lost. You go to Brighton game, for the almost 2/3 of that match, they were bossing the game until they brought in Belieber. Belieber now took the midfield away from Kovacic because Kovacic was literally passing the ball. But another the only thing, the consistent team in all these matches, the consistent team, I would say, barring a few exceptions, was the clinicality of their front line was not there. That's the consistent something that was obvious, evident, the clinicality of their first team. Yes, they were conceding more chances that they would have considered if Rodrigo was there. But in as much as possible, like if you compare the chances that were created, the person who the chance fell on. Like even Man City did not even play well against Chelsea. That like they did not play to their Man City chance on the first game of the match against Chelsea, but they had those chances. And what did they do? They converted those chances. They literally had two, I think literally had two chances in the game or three and converted two. So
So so
what dropped off from there is their clinicality, like clinicality in front of goal. That was what was consistent in all those matches that they lost.
so you are saying that what was consistent in the 6 matches that Man City has lost, you will bring it down to them not putting away their chances.
Yeah, that's part of it. But I say
I think
barring a few, they played poorly
no,
also.
I know you're speaking in a general. I know you're speaking in a general term. I know you're speaking in a general term. So the thing
And
is that
then
I think that's okay.
yeah, their
I can
defense.
hear you.
I'm not discarding their defense. I'm not saying their defense is top notch, but Man City defense has never been the best in the league. Like that's not
Yeah,
their USP. Their USP
yes.
is always to be able to control the game, get their chance and score it. That's why even all the losses that they were losing in Champions League as in Real Madrid, when they lost to Real Madrid, they literally controlled the game. But what happened? They were controlling the game and they couldn't create enough opportunity. And Real Madrid came on and scored in the dying minute because Real Madrid took got their chances and used it. That's how the way you get to win Man City. When you win, whether they storm, then get your chance and then score them a couple of goals. But they have now, so start of the season, they were not playing well. There was no much control, yes, but they were creating chances. And very early on in those season, those chances were being converted by Haaland. So they didn't have any problem because part of their control is Rodri. Yes, part of the reason why they can be able to slow game down, speed it up, is Rodri. But now the Kovacic and whatever Nunez, Nunez, is it Nunez or
Yeah. So
yeah,
but the question I have now is,
yeah.
do you think that they are creating as much chances as they created before and they are just not putting it away?
They're creating as much chances as they created before. Before when? When do you mean? Like, is it
Before
prime? Prime?
before these 6 matches. That is also
Uh,
so obviously the absence of KDB and Rodri.
yeah. Because against Chelsea,
You feel they are
literally,
you feel they are
yes,
creating the
yes,
same amount of
yes.
chances.
Even more. Because against Chelsea, they did not
Oh,
create any chance. Against Chelsea, they created only two, three chances and scored two.
yes.
KDB
Against
has not been
Chelsea.
fit the whole of the season. So which other Foden did not start the whole of the season. So literally, it was just Doku. It was Doku and Savinho.
Did KDB play against you guys?
No, no, I don't think they played against us.
So I think we need to go because the conversation now. I think there's no. I don't think like we
Yeah,
have the
I think we
facts
also
to.
need to move on from Man City.